Fillmore game with 1xBet. The visitors start off with John Fa, Archie Concepcion, Larry Muyang, Chris Lalata, and Allen Mina. Batangas City with a backcourt of MJ De La Virgen and Jong Baloria up front. Mark Cruz, Sen Ablaza, and Don Ochea. Our game officials for this ball game: Michael Kinay, Efren Aganan, and Elaine Subere. Fourth referee is Leonardo Layosa. This is the sixth home game of Batangas. They are 3-2 currently, yung home record nila, Coach Mike. And just very important to note here, yung dalawang talo nila came against teams with an above 500 record in Quezon and Pangasinan. Yung mga tinalo naman nila, Basilan, Val City, and itong Pasig.
Oo, totoo yan. And even if you look at their last 4 games where they actually won, it was pretty close against Rizal, Binyan, and Cebu, where they only won by 3 points. As you see, the basket right there para dito sa Batangas Rum Masters, to the delight of the fans here at home. And Sed Ablaza goes to the line for the extra bonus free throw. And the thing is about these Pampanga Giant Lanterns, these new guys that's coming in should really help out in the scoring, especially with John Nermal, and just more firepower. Pretty much for the most part, they've been highly concentrated on Larry Muyang and Archie Concepcion.
Concepcion immediately with a three-pointer to tie the ball game up at 3 apiece.
One of their top 3-point shooters. Of course, Archie Concepcion, you'd like for him to perform better from 3 because it helps spread that floor for them, especially for him individually. It's not so much that he's taken those threes, but when he does, good chance that he's taking them for good purposes.
This is going to be interesting for Pampanga, how Allen Mina and Archie Concepcion could play well off of each other. Because both are really lethal scorers para dito sa Pampanga.
Oh, let's not leave out John Fa. You understand, John Fa is going to be a key addition as Coach Petic there, running the floor para dito sa Pampanga Giant Lanterns. And again, interesting itong bantayan na to, John Fa versus MJ De La Virgen.
MJ, certainly the more experienced player, but John Fa, only 20 years old. Now he attacks, pinagpaglang yung depensa ni MJ, and he'll head to the line for 2 shots.
And pretty much that's how John Fa plays with pace. He brings the ball middle of the floor, and once he gets inside the paint, I feel that's a facet of his game that he still needs to develop, that 2-foot stop inside the paint so that he has control. And so to create separation, ginagamit niya yung bunggo ng shoulders, which is exactly what we saw on that drive against MJ De La Virgen.
And Coach Mike, I may sound like a broken record here, but the question always for John Fa is gonna be, number 1, how yung kanyang monstrous numbers in Manila will translate here sa Pampanga. And number 2, how his youth, can that also be an asset or a detriment dito sa title aspirations itong Pampanga?
I quite like to think at the upside of John Fa. The guy is young. And so he's in a league, a pro league, competing against these veteran guys. As you see, a knockdown 3 again this time by Sed Ablaza. It's just a lot of learning para dito kay John Fa. And the best teacher, I still say, is always going to be experience. I mean, him getting a lot of floor time just shows you how much they believe in the potential of a John Fa for the Giant Lanterns.
6 early points for Sed Ablaza. Has been averaging only 7 points on 31.3% shooting the past couple of games. De La Virgen, 7 on their shot clock. Mark Cruz, laban kay Archie Concepcion. Shot clock winding down. Baloria has to put it up. It's good!
Oh, man. The threes are falling here. in Batangas. They're 2 out of 4 from that line. And so far, good shooting then from 3 para dito sa Giant Lanterns. They're 1 out of 2.
Allen Mina to Archie Concepcion. 5 sa shot clock ng Giant Lanterns. Lalata can't hit it. Ablaza secures the rebound for Batangas.
And you just feel the higher level of urgency when it comes to the defensive stops para dito sa Batangas. They do know it's important. They give only 1 crack at the basket para dito sa Giant Lanterns. What a move!
Double cross. Ablaza got fouled on his way up.
And boy, if you've got said Ablaza, being creative right now and trying to open spaces on the floor, trying to chase it, you'd love it if you're Coach Cholo.
3-point shot brought to you by Extreme, your one-stop shop appliances.
That's a veteran right there. Understands, looks at the clock, 1 second left, gotta let this go. And trust in my muscle memory, John Baloria knocks down that 3.
Early 5-point lead for Batangas, 9-4. Pampanga with a timeout.
When we get to the venue, it's Ascom shoes.
Special deal from OneXBet. Scan the QR code and claim your special offer. Talaga ba?
He has really nice sneakers and kicks. Kasabi ko sa kanya, ganda ng mga sneakers mo.
Said Ablaza at the line. He is still, Coach Mike, the second leading scorer para dito sa Batangas. But he is averaging his lowest numbers since his 5th season dito sa Batangas, where he only averaged 9.3 points. Pero may caveat doon because he came in very late in the season.
That's right.
6 games lang siya nun.
Right. I feel that Sed has actually shifted his attention to defense. He's actually the second best when it comes to rebounds, and number 1 when it comes to blocks, and second when it comes to steals. And so it's very important for a defensive team like Batangas to have that much of a contribution from Sed. Offensively, no doubt. Half-court execution, they're one of the best, itong Batangas.
Ablaza balik kay MJ. De La Virgen laban kay John Fa. 5 sa shot clock ng Batangas City. De La Virgen gets it to Don Ochea. Ablaza was there for the offensive rebound. And the ball was poked from behind by Allen Mina.
You just see the activity. I mean, Sed Ablaza trying to chase an offensive rebound in a moment when he could have, that shot's not gonna go in, I'd rather go down and defend, but he just keeps on pouring it on. A 3 right here in the corner.
Sed Ablaza with 10 early points in quarter number 1.
And more importantly, they are 3 of 5 from 3 points.
Egilos balik kay Concepcion. Archie stops on the dime, left it short. Jamo Egilos takes it back out. Concepcion reloads. No good. Multiple shot opportunities being given here to Pampanga. But a steal by Mark Cruz.
Well, not really a good angle of a pass going the post side from John Fa. Could have, tilted it a little bit going to the left, and so it would have been a clearer pass for Jamo Egilos.
Mark Cruz caught with a moving screen. Offensive foul against Mark Cruz.
And so now Coach Pedic takes out John Fa, and John Fa immediately gets some pointers from the coaching staff, and they bring in a veteran guard in Andre Arminion.
Ito yung challenge para dito sa Pampanga, because Raymond Binuya, now his status is in question for the rest of the season for the Pampanga Giant Lanterns. So that left a huge void sa point guard spot dito para sa Pampanga.
Good move.
Give it to me like.
I love that move by Chris Lalata. No, you were talking about Binuya. That is, I agree, a huge loss, because at certain points in games, you insert him, brings a lot of energy, brings a lot of stability. And of course, he's one of the longest tenured Giant Lanterns in this team.
LGR is the official outfitter of the MPBL. Lalata sablay yung kanyang unang free throw.
He's actually their 3rd best rebounder and their number 1 guy when it comes to shot blocking, itong si Chris Lalata. And so much as when he played in previous teams, he was really more focused on scoring. Right now, it's pretty much balanced on the defensive end as well.
Saka isa ito sa mga manlalaro na nanggaling sa PBA. Pagbalik dito sa MPBL, iba na eh. Iba na yung kumpiyansa, how he moves. And I think that's what we're gonna see later on kay John Nermal. And he has the benefit now of having himself getting himself going rather in the second half in that previous game against Sarangani.
Yeah, make no mistake about it. John Nermal is gonna find his rhythm within the game. Sa tagal ng the games that he's played here in the MPBL, understanding the physicality and knowing some of the players, some familiar faces that he's going up against, he knows how to fit in this game. Oh, MJ from way outside.
Kept it short though. Agawan sa bola, bagsak si Ochea.
Another one.
Ablaza free for a free. Wala pa din. Ochea with another offensive rebound. Inside, Mark Cruz. 2 free throws coming up. Don Ochea is actually their best offensive rebounder para dito sa Batangas City Tanduayra Masters. Averaging 2.7 offensive boards this season.
And the way it looks so far, Ken, hustle, if that's a stat that we can measure, I feel more on the side of Batangas. Crashing boards, moving their feet. And eventually there's going to be a moment then in this game where everything settles down, and that's when, maturity, execution. Right now, the energy is pretty high here in this gym, especially with Batangas leading by 8. And then Levy Hernandez now on the floor. Boy, this is going to be interesting.
This guy on the line, Mark Cruz, posting career highs in almost every statistical category this season. 8.5 points, 5.9 rebounds, 56.4% from the field, and 71.4% from the free throw line.
Yeah, I think yun yung impressive eh. Yung field goal shooting percentage niya, close to 60 from the field, almost 70 from the free throw line. And the thing is, he's also their third best when it comes to rebounds. And so a lot of different stuff that he's offered here for the Rum Masters. Rum Masters right now trying to exploit that open floor situation. Oh no.
Ighalo can't hit the free. Alcoriza hauls in the miss. 1 out of 11 lang ang Pampanga, 9% from the field. 4 of 11 naman ang Batangas City. 3-second violation against the Giant Lanterns.
Yeah, they were looking away from the little high-low, possible little high-low with J-Mo Egeles. Itong si GP, he was looking towards that handoff from the corner. I guess that was Arminion. So little stall here in terms of the offense for Pampanga. That 5-point output so far with almost 7 minutes gone by in the first quarter. Considering that it's the Giant Lanterns, that is pretty low.
Pampanga came into this game number 4 in terms of field goal percentage, 44.5%. Pero itong Batangas City, number 4 din in terms of giving up points, only giving up 71.6 points. Levy Hernandez will be called for that personal, an offensive foul.
And that was a good call. I mean, definitely si Levy Hernandez was moving on that screen. And at any moment now, they're going to bring in John Ambuluto to inject a little bit of energy here for the bigs. Andre Erminion.
Clemente puts it on the deck. Another turnover forced by the stingy defense of the Rum Masters. And a fan favorite coming in, John Ambuluto. And boy, yung presence niya sa ilalim and the lift he provided, especially during the tough times, para dito sa Batangas, welcome sight yan by Coach Cholo Villanueva.
At saka effort and energy guy. Si John Ambuluto.
Ambo to Levy. Pinabantayan ni Renz Alcoriza.
Good switch.
8 on their shot clock. Hernandez, no foul call.
Oh, that's a foul.
Ighalo sending Andre Armenion to the deck.
Yeah, Kenneth got beat that moment. The moment he lunged right in front of Andre Armenion, that's definitely going to be a foul. He tried to go in there and he lunged inside. Out of control, definitely a foul.
Now, you don't want to do, if you're Batangas City, is give up those silly turnovers and give a chance dito sa Pampanga to get in transition.
And I think they're smarter than that. They know the importance of not turning the ball over and giving up points to your opponent.
Was AJ Gonzalez looking on, still early.
Oh yeah,
Pampanga trailing by 7.
I don't think this is a cause for worry right now for Pampanga Giant Lanterns. You're only down, 6 points. This is just a 2-possession game. And you still haven't inserted John Nermala on the floor. So far, I feel Giant Lanterns are still pretty steady here.
Hernandez gets to his spot and gets it to go.
And when you talk about steady, footwork, offensive schemes, just a competitor, Levy Hernandez is going to bring that every game.
Pretty much fired up right now. Ito si Levy Hernandez. Had some choice words for Coach Pendic di matulak. And Levy and Renz get entangled.
This is a game of pride, actually.
Kapampangan yan si Levy Hernandez.
Oo.
Huwag nating kalimutan.
And Coach Pendic was actually signaling na parang may extend ng arm itong si Levy Hernandez. On that, yun sinasabi niya. Before Renz actually fell down on the floor.
Coach Pendic still not happy with our game officials.
Yeah. And because right now at this moment, this is pretty much a slow start, considering it's the Giant Lanterns in the first quarter. We almost have a little over a minute left, and you're only scoring 7 points. And you're shooting about just 8%. You only have, a field goal to show?
Coach Cholo Villanueva on the other side. Ang pakiramdam ni Coach Pendic, si Levy is getting away with swing of the arm towards the direction of a defending Renz Altoriza.
Pero considering the calls that our officials have been calling, definitely they will allow a certain level of physicality. And right now, what's even more concerning for the Giant Lanterns, their only field goal basket was that 3-point make of Archie Concepcion. Foot race on its way.
Ang bilis ni Ambo! Oh! Gets 2 points!
The big question here for the Giant Lanterns, where are the field goals gonna come? Because after that made 3 by Archie Concepcion earlier, nobody has scored from the field for the Giant Lanterns.
Fast break of the game brought to you by Extreme X Pop Personal Karaoke Speaker. Everyday karaoke.
Need energy, need effort, that's your man right there, John Ambaludco. Pretty much was a little bit behind on that race, but he just went and go snatch that 50-50 ball enough to finish it. And right now, this is a 11-point lead for the Giant Lanterns. And once again, they go to the line, to which right now they are a 5 out of 7 from there. The guys who have actually made shot attempts, Concepcion has made 3 attempts. Mina has made a couple of attempts. Clemente has made a couple of attempts. And so far, it's just Concepcion with a field goal.
Levy wants to post up Renz Altoriza. Now settles for a free. Paundo with a rebound for Pampanga. Down by 10. Altoriza off the bounce. This is something Pampanga is so good at. Getting to the line, number 1 in the league right now in terms of free throw makes, 17.2 free throws made per contest.
Well, it's really the effort on the defensive side and a lot of team ball para dito sa Batangas Rum Masters. it's 6 versus 1 in terms of assists para dito sa Batangas. And you look at the points in the paints, it's pretty much more in Batangas. That's 4-0 in that department. And you're pretty much surprised, because you'd like to think now these guys are going to score a lot of points inside the paint, the Giant Lanterns. And Larry Muyang so far has only seen 4 minutes of action here in the first quarter. You do expect he's going to come back with a little bit more of force, a little bit more of urgency here when he come back in the second.
Oh, two early fouls eh.
Oo.
Si Kuya Lars.
Yes.
21 seconds remaining here in the first period. Panyamogan fades away, rolls out. Pagkakataon. Sana para sa Pampanga, pero nahuli si GP Faundo with an offensive foul.
Well, John Ambuluto is pretty much an initiator of, you know, this chippiness. He plays with a lot of physicality, and he doesn't mind getting bumped, getting hurt, getting pushed. But along the way, if you get caught, that's pretty much what's going to happen. You see that little action right there. You know, GP and John pretty much got into it, but it was, you know, the retaliation or the response of GP that got caught, and so that foul.
Timeout muna tayo. 11.8 seconds remaining. Batangas with a 9-point lead. Next 3 games of the Giant Lanterns on July 15 versus the Val City Magic, on the 23rd versus the Bulacan Cuyas. On the 29th, they will take on the Basilan Star Horse.
Well, those first two are actually, you know, mid or lower tier teams, but Basilan, you understand the kind of talent that those guys have, so that's going to be a very interesting match as well with them. Oh, wow!
Libre, what an inbound pass! What a play off a timeout!
The least guy you'd expect to get an alley-oop.
Clemente tried to draw a foul, and the first quarter comes to an end. A dream
Here for Batangas.
They have an 11-point lead heading into the second quarter, 20-9.
And so it's very important for them to come prepared. And I pretty much feel even the Giant Lanterns are prepared for all their games. Oh, wow.
Levi Hernandez having a field day. They're now 8 of 17 from the field. Yung Pampanga, 1 of 13 lang in the first quarter.
The automatic offense right there, attempt for John Nermal. See this lane opening up. Good jab going middle, but he went to his left, and that high leap of a finger roll for the sniper de Mexico in Levi Hernandez.
John Nermal missing on the first free throw.
Well, John Nermal is gonna ease in this system of the Giant Lanterns. You know, alam naman natin kung anong klaseng scorer ito si John Nermal. He had 14 points in what, 10 minutes of action in their last game. And you know he's so much better than that, especially as we saw him in the previous seasons.
The 5 now for Batangas: Levi Hernandez, O'Neal Arim, Philip Panyamogan, John Ambuluto, and Ken Ighalo.
And I love this, you know, length of the floor defense. Oh, man.
Picture perfect pass. O'Neal Arim with a setup job for Ken Ighalo. Nermal nowhere to go, fades away, short. Lalata there for the cleanup.
And Lalata so far has provided them that, you know, boost of energy on the offensive rebounds and really getting into the paint and figuring out how to get points for them.
Tres ni Panyamogan. Wala yan. Bola napunta kay Larry Muyang. Now he's joined by John Fa, Chris Lalata, Archie Concepcion, and John Nermal. John Fa had to adjust. Bagsak si Lalata at si Ambulunto. Lalata holding on to his right ankle.
Seems injured, Lalata. This is 5-on-4 right now.
And Larry Muyang rushing to the aid of Chris Lalata.
Because these are the closest couple of players. You see that drive by John Fa. Guys leave. Oh, man.
That's gotta hurt. Hopefully nothing serious.
Look more ankle to me if you know that video that we saw. Inadvertent though. Both those guys were actually going for the rebound, and you see how Larry Muyang actually pwedeng pumalit dito kay Chris Lalata. Unlike si Binuya, they're pretty thin when it comes to the oh man.
Levy Hernandez may baong tingin pa sa bench ng Pampanga after that free.
Wow.
Levy with 8 points.
One thing that can't happen now if you're the Giant Lanterns is to, you know, stay uncomfortable dito sa klase ng depensa, and a good finish right there by John Nermal.
No 2-point shot.
Yeah, and at some point of time, alam mo naman na papasok at papasok rin yun eh. They break this press. Another 3 on its way.
Levy, that one rolling out. Concepcion, bounce pass inside. Sonny Estil nasa loob na for the Giant Lanterns.
But look at how packed that lane is. Nobody's getting inside easily.
Concepcion straight away free, no good. Estil dumps it down
There you
low.
go.
That's something they need to do more of. Finding Larry Muyang underneath.
Without a doubt. They're gonna need Larry to claim that paint area right now. And I don't think there's anyone that can stop Larry Muyang up close underneath.
This is the game brought to you by 1xBet, the title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet.
And I think that's one of the things that they missed in the first quarter, that inside-out presence with Larry Muyang getting the ball on the block. And then, you know, weak side and post side action. And like what I said, once you get him on that side of the floor, it is difficult to stop a Larry Muyang down on the low post.
Balik sa loob si MJ Televerhen para sa Batangas, holding on to an 11-point lead. MJ gets to his spot. Off to the right, Nermal the rebound. Chance to cut it to single digits. John Fa back to John Nermal. Laban kay Levy Hernandez. Gusto niyang umangat si Larry Muyang, involving Ambuluto in that pick and roll action. Nermal thought he got fouled. Pushing it are the Drum Masters. Televerhen inside. Ambuluto got pushed, and Muyang, if it's on him, that's his third.
This is so far an impressive showing on the offensive end for the Batangas Rum Masters. That ball keeps on moving. That ball stays hot. I mean, you see that he already had a shot, but you know, I got a teammate underneath and Larry tried to cover. Is that a foul on Larry Muyang?
Oo, tatlo na siya.
Oh man.
Papaltan siya dito ni Jmo Egilos.
And then the thing about Larry Muyang getting into early foul trouble is, you know, you're getting him out of his rhythm. He's a guy who does not command for the ball so much, but he really just loves to participate on the floor. But with him sitting down on the block, this guy's got to score a lot and got to get more attention. Of course, Jmo Egilos has partnered with Balti Baltasar in the previous years, and his experience having played with him, you know, should bring up some level of confidence for Jmo Egilos to perform in this match.
And also won a championship here with Batangas City. Ito si Jmo Egilos.
And you like that quick turn to the baseline there by Jmo Egilos as John Ambuluto was trying to topside him. And good decision by Jmo.
Pabasa siya lamang. Apinan, nasa loob na para sa Batangas City.
Masyado mataas yung pasa ni John Fa.
Televerhen.
There are cross matches right now. You've got a big on a small, and you've got John Fa. Now they switch.
Jexter will not force it. will pull it back out to MJ De La Virgen. Swing pass, Ighalo, way off on that shot. Apinan, the offensive board. Jexter drives baseline. Great cut. Ighalo with a full head of steam. Gets the basket.
Their principles of play right now really being done well. Oh, what a move by Archie Concepcion. And you just love that if you're a Giant Lantern. You'd like for this guy right here to be more aggressive scoring.
You get a sense that it's time for him to take over. Ito si Archie Concepcion.
Yeah. And the Rum Masters has pretty much denied that right side of the floor attack for anyone. But Archie says, no, everybody's got their backs turned at that moment. I see that open post area down on the floor, and I'm going to use my speed to go downhill and attack and finish.
Concepcion a chance to cut it to 8.
The Giant Lanterns are still in a good spot here. You're down only 8. Despite the struggles in scoring, you are still in a good spot.
Just 6 out of 22 shooting from the field itong Pampanga. Meanwhile, Batangas beginning to miss from the outside. Concepcion nagmamadali, pulls it back out. CJ Delfino, his first stint here in this ball game.
Take it. Good
Concepcion gets it to go from downtown.
Yeah, and Archie's got to take that shot. I mean, that was a good dribble handoff. The defense goes under. You know, you got to forget about the earlier misses. You got to take that shot. You just believe in your experience as a Giant Lantern.
Hernandez gustong sumagot, can't connect. Apinan with another offensive rebound. MJ, lima na lang sa kanilang shot clock. Apinan, susugod, tried to dump it down low, turnover against Batangas City. Mermal kept his dribble, forcing it up. Egilo sa loob.
Look at
in traffic.
Four dark shirts converging on J-Mo.
Mermal getting past Ambulunto. And if it's on Ambo, pakatlo na rin niya yan.
And dito mo makikita yung halaga ng good reads. Like this one right here.
3-point shot brought to you by Extreme, your one-stop shop appliances.
Well, the defense caught napping right there, went under after that dribble handoff. And just the catch and shoot situation, I love how Archie Concepcion took that shot.
We have an update on Chris Lalata mula kay Miss Lyra Punsalan.
Unfortunately, Chris Lalata will not be returning to the game after sustaining a right ankle injury earlier in the matchup. According to the team's medical staff, he is currently under close assessment and won't be cleared to play for the remainder of the game. It's a concerning development as this already his second injury on the same ankle. Napuruhan talaga, they shared, and precautions are being taken to avoid further damage. Back to you guys.
Maraming salamat, Lyra. That's an unfortunate development on the side of Pampanga. So Chris Lalata will not return. But others have picked up the slack, particularly Jan Nermal and Archie.
Here on the floor, partially yes, except for the scoring para dito sa Giant Lanterns, which thankfully for them has recovered real good. And only because they've been slowed down by the defense of the Rum Masters. But the good thing now, if you're the Giant Lanterns, you are recovering. You're getting a good momentum. You're getting good strides to go back into being that offensive team better against Batangas.
Penalty na ang Batangas. Nonochea got caught with a push. J-Mo Egilos now at the line. Part of the championship team in the inaugural season for Batangas City. Knocks down the first.
And when the game slows down, to my observation, this should be more of the Giant Lanterns' favor.
Itong free throw na ito ay hatid sa atin ng Extreme Appliances, ang subok at kompletong appliance brand ng Pilipinas.
Because if you're Batangas, you'd like to keep this momentum. Fast-paced, downhill, a lot of action. You don't want this game to slow down if you're the Rum Masters.
Chance to tie or take the lead for Pampanga. Delfino puts it on the deck. Nermal laban kay De La Virgen. Jan Nermal 6 on their shot clock, forcing it up, banks it in. We are tied 29 all.
I tell you what, John Nermal has scored points so far in this game in the second quarter. But his shots have not been easy. He's never had an easy shot. But I want to be on the safe side. Magkamali ako.
Isang clue ko dyan, lumipat siya mula sa isang North Division team papunta dito sa Pampanga.
Ay, di si Allen Mina. Tama ba?
Diyan pa, galing Manila yon. Oh. Foul whistled on Batangas City.
Naging quiz show eh.
50-50 nga na, Coach Mike.
50-50.
Pamili ka dun sa dalawa.
Tingin ko, feeling ko wala pang girlfriend si John pa dahil bata pa siya. Ano pa ang reasoning eh. No?
Di natin alam.
Hindi natin alam. Okay.
Ito yung sinasabi natin, Coach Mike, na itong Pampanga, even though they're not really the best of three-point shooting teams here in the league, si Coach Alan Trinidad, they are the best team in terms of getting to the line. Although, hindi masyadong kagandahan din yung kanilang clip. Only 12 out of 20 for 60%. But nonetheless, they draw to within 1.
Yeah. Pero I guess that's more to their liking. You know, you send players to the free throw line. That is pretty much how they play. And samantalang ito namang Batangas, they'd like to have, you know, a lot of pace and three-point shooting. Beautiful pass.
Part of the growth now of John Nermal. And Egilos, the recipient of that gorgeous feed. Lamang na ang Pampanga, 32-31.
And that is the second time in a row that the ball was received by J-Mo Egilos. And he always rejects that middle side of the floor. He turns to the baseline because he feels I've got more space going that side of the floor.
Turnover again against the Rum Masters. Play of the game brought to you by 1xBet, the title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet.
And nobody really stayed attached to J-Mo Egilos as he tried to do that mid-lane rim run. And nobody checking on him, and nobody touched him, and he was free for that side.
Already 9 miscues laban dito sa Batangas City. Pero turnover din laban sa Pampanga. Pagkakataon para sa Batangas na maibalik yung kalamangan sa panig nila. Ablaza scoreless here in the second period. And he misses again, and ball will go back to the Giant Lanterns.
That spin going the right side, pretty much makeable shot para dito kay Sed Ablaza. And kaya nakikita mo yung frustration niya. So Coach Cholo continues to, you know, be a man of steadiness. He stays very patient, very composed, and that pretty much is the character of it on Rum Masters as well.
80 seconds left here in the first half. Concepcion putting the moves on Don Ochea, the reigning MPBL Defensive Player of the Year.
There you go.
Delfino puts it up, no good.
Oh man!
Still skying high for the offensive board. Mina swing pass, Delfino susugod. What a pass inside! And a basket plus a foul for the former Letran Knight, Sonny Estil.
Wow, a real good move by CJ Delfino.
And this is now a 21-4 run by the Pampanga Giant Lanterns. Ablaza got bumped by Allen Mina as he hits the canvas. As he said, Ablaza.
Of course, you know, Allen Mina, apart from scoring, he's also been brought in there for defensive purposes. But it said Ablaza now will go to the line. You know, second leading scorer, said Ablaza. About 62% from the line. See Coach Cholo looking on.
Sideline inbound lang, no? Just the second team foul against the Pampanga Giant Lanterns. 44.2 seconds left here in the second period.
What a scoring right there. Huge comeback for Pampanga. After scoring only 9 in the first, they now score 27 here.
Valoria for free, no. Apinan with the offensive rebound. Jexter. This is something they do so well. Apinan finding a cutting down Ochea for 2 points.
To me, that is really just principles of play. Where it matters where the ball is, that's where the next action is gonna come. And they've been pretty consistent itong Batangas team. That's a push.
Battle down low. A foul called on Jamo Aguilos.
Yeah, should go against Jamo.
Never game brought to you by 1xBet, the title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet.
Once that ball is underneath, down on the low block, as they try to navigate the baseline, somebody's got to do a slot dive, which in that case, they got on that play.
6 seconds left. De La Virgen for free. No. Sorry, that was Apinan who tried for a putback. And the second quarter comes to a close.
His presence, it's changed for Pampanga.
At the half, Pampanga with a 2-point lead over Batangas City, 35-33.